as things quieten down, we've got a foreign activity high on the NSE, up to 70% of market activity coming through foreign investors in particular. How are you playing the market as a local investor right now?
Thank you very much, Alishia. As a local investor, we are actually seeing some investment coming in trickles. Bearing in mind that we are very close to the year end, and virtually an average investor on the exchange right now is a little bit, on the playing, trying to as much as possible to play safe, not knowing what we'll be facing in the coming year. So I want to believe that as an average local investor is, as much as possible, is just trying to play safe, as well, as even the foreign counterparts.
Well, taking a look at the banking sector, it's one of the sectors that's managed to maintain some kind of positive momentum, but it's really hard to see what exactly is driving investor sentiment when it comes to the banks right now. So on a fundamental basis, more than anything else, what are your top 3 picks within the banking space right now?
First of all, if we look at it, banking sector in Nigeria, is still one of the most active. Yes, not until the coming on board of Dangote Cement, it has been the leading sector, and even still, we still see lots of activity, liquidity being that banking sector being the leading one. Looking at that sector, I would say playing safe there. I would rather stick with the mid-tier banks, the likes of Skybank, Diamond, and Stanbic IBTC. Couple of these banks, they still have a good upside opportunities.
To what extent are you getting involved in counters that are involved or speculated to be involved in merger and acquisition activity? Because from perspective on this end, it seems like any involvement with these players is still largely speculative at this stage.
Yes, it's still very, very speculative. I think a couple of them are still at the initial stage right now, still discussing. And I want to believe they will still go ahead to do their due diligence. But the news coming to the market on the back of this merger talk is actually a positive one, that we can actually see local banks talking to each other and, with a prospect of coming together as one. I think is actually a positive development, and which, if finally it comes to friction, we're going to see, having it, a positive effect on the market generally.
Oladele, outside of the banking sector, stocks that are on your radar screen at the moment?
Outside the banking sector, I will still stay with the cement industry. For a long-term player, Dangote Cement is still a good buy. Yes, and even Lafarge Wapco in that sector is still not doing badly. I think outside the banking sector, that's another sector to look at. And in the oil and gas, Oando is actually a sure buy.
Looking at Dangote Cement there, some analysts say that the company is not likely to meet its 2010 forecasts, and that's supporting the view that the valuation of the company in the first place was pretty aggressive. What's your rating on the progress this company is making in terms of its expansion and growth plans?
I think with what they are doing right now, yes, the expansion program is actually on course, and with all they are putting into it, I am of the opinion that yes, they are still going to meet the target, and I think it's just a waiting game. Let's see what the figures the company will be turning out. But by and large, the valuation that was done for Dangote Cement when it came public was actually future-looking, and that's why I said any investor that is actually looking at long-term investment, Dangote Cement is a sure bet.